Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Joe and Al Learn Kerbal Space Program.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Al, and we are picking up right where we left off last week.
Which was?
Well, we had built this ore lander and landed it on the Mun. And this is definitely the same one that we built at the time with more than enough batteries and the giant
That's weird.
drills. Yeah. You know how it's we wished it into existence.
Wait a minute.
So anyway,
What did you do without me?
We're gonna launch and
Wait, whoa!
you know how it's all we wanted it to be all in one piece, like when we did in the
Ladies
paint
and
program.
gentlemen at home, I am right there with you on this. What the hell is all this?
This is our ore lander, Joe.
And when did you do this? Also, at the start of the call, you're like, "Yeah, so what do we do today? Are you gonna finally take that?" You rebuilt it, re-landed it, remined it without me. I just have nothing else to say. Oh, there's action groups too?
What? Yeah. Shouldn't there be?
Is this actually designed by you?
Yeah.
I missed
Can you not tell how ugly it is?
I don't know. It's adequate. It does the job correctly.
The
I
fact
didn't
that
know.
I forgot to put an antenna on it.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I mean, so our satellite network does give it quite a bit of
Oh yeah, it'll just bounce off of
maneuverability,
that.
but it's not as good as it could be. When I was landing, I was down to only using maximum or minimum thrust, and I timed that suicide burn almost exactly.
Now, you know what would have been interesting is if we had seen that on tape.
Here's why I wanted to redo this, Joe, because
Yes, I would like some semblance of an explanation, please.
So we built the Convertitron piece separate, you'll
Yes.
recall, to dock up with our big mining and landing piece. And then we realized that we didn't put a front piece on our other
No, we
Convertitron, so it wouldn't be able to dock. They would have to split apart. We didn't realize, though, that when they split apart to dock, the Convertitron piece wouldn't have anywhere to attach. Because all of the back... Except for one, all of the docking ports
Yeah, I thought we had one, but something's
space
on there.
station are backwards.
Right.
So we could only dock one of those pieces.
Again, no reason not to do this with me, but that's fine.
We spent like weeks and weeks and weeks building the other one.
I know. That suicide burn sounded exciting. Not having the antenna.
Wasn't that exciting?
Yeah, that's a Joe and Al moment. I was just playing Batman Arkham Asylum for the 40th time this morning. But that's fine. No, that's cool. It's awesome. Perfect. Great.
Which direction do we want to
I totally
take
feel
off
like a
in?
part of this project and an integral part of the team.
I wanted to surprise you.
I'm going to edit you out of Dwarf Fortress. I'm just going to put beeps in for you in Dwarf Fortress. I'm going to play against that robot from Star Trek that just beeps.
Okay, it goes in...
Beep,
this
beep,
is...
beep, beep,
This is the north.
beep. What are we doing?
I'm trying to figure out which direction to take off in.
Well, I don't know, Mr. Fancy Pants. I did this all on my own. Why don't you figure it out on your own?
I'm working on it. So this is the north, so we want to take off
What are all
to
those
the
satellites?
left. Huh?
What are all those satellites?
Oh, those are our communication satellites.
Aren't they not supposed to be right next to each other? I guess that changes
They're-
drastically because the orbit is so crappy. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that happens. Anyway, here we go.
So which way are we turning? Ooh,
We're
do you have a new,
turning-
What is happening?
Yeah.
Are there
A new,
engines at the
what?
bottom of the external tank? Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
What is that? The Terrier?
This is the little whatchamacallit?
Poodle?
Not the poodle, the
Terrier.
this Twitch. The Twitch, the center mounted version of the Twitch engine.
Oh.
This is the poodle.
So we are full of ore and fuel?
Yeah. Now here's a
You said that
thing.
like I should have known that.
When I took off initially, when I built this thing, I built it with the MechJeb attachment.
Right.
And I launched it with the MechJeb attachment because that's what it was. I was like, I need to figure this MechJeb thing out.
Okay.
And it doesn't have it anymore.
That's weird.
And it wasn't like I ran into something, like it disappeared in orbit at some point. I think it doesn't like the version number.
That's very possible.
That is the best that I could come up with.
No, that makes some degree of sense. Everything.
I don't know. Our station doesn't. It's like 10,000 meters, right? It's not that high.
It's incredibly close to the moon. Yes. I don't know why we did that.
Because we didn't want to have to get way high up into orbit. Anyway, so the bad news here is that I won't be able to use MechJeb to dock.
Good.
Yeah, I know you think that's awesome.
Well, I'm completely anti-Albert now. Whatever you want, I don't want. Do we think that having our spaceships having to come to refuel at 10,000 feet is as good as... I think there's a happy medium there, I'm not sure. Some visuals. You have some neat visuals installed, do you not? It looks a little prettier. I don't know. Things look a little neater.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nothing's been installed. I am going to retract my... I mean, do this.
Now, retract means come in, right? Because things were moving out. Gears in. We're heading 94. Is that what we want to be heading?
I was going to get orbited sort of 90 degrees to the planet, and then once we were in orbit, try to figure out where the... like how to have an intercept and stuff.
Now, once we... Oh, did you add scanners?
Yeah. So I'm not able to use them, though. You have to be in a polar orbit to do, like, a scan of the planet.
Of course. Gonzo, Dr. Gonzo, our illustrious friend, did mention that... I think it was Dr. Gonzo. If we have access to the curb net, which I don't think either one of us has really done, we might be able to use that to get some data, but...
Well, you still have to have the scan done.
Right, we can maybe have it separate. Maybe that's what he said. Okay, if we had a separate ship, we can build a lighter weight ship and not have too much craziness. And then send the data to this thing? I don't know. There's a lot to do in this game, and it's all awesome.
Most of our games that we play, there are so many things to do, and we don't do hardly any of them.
So, yeah, we're very much like the
people who are bad at video games?
We're the working man coming in to play the game. It's like the average Joe sits down to play it, and the average Al. It's like we're not those crazy, like, I built this 64-piece It's like, what can the normal guy do? Got a cup of Joe.
Your normal Joe.
Normal Joe. A cheating partner.
Your cheating heart. Can we make it over the lip?
Yeah, it's crashing into this mountain, part of the...
Hey, that looks like a orbit camera change.
Possibly. Yep.
I think I still want to be in this visual.
What?
I wanted to make sure. Okay.
What?
I thought we were going to crash into the lip of the crater.
All right, we're nowhere near the orbit we want to be in, are we?
No.
It looked like we were the exact as far away from the orbit we wanted to be in. Okay, maybe not. No,
this is the.
All right. So we're going the wrong direction.
We are definitely going the wrong
direction. So 180. You want to head off at 180.
What is this? Oh, this is before I've landed. Why are these not in any kind of order?
I don't know, because the game hates you as much as I do right now. Was there one called shoving a knife into Joe's back and cackling?
Oh, that was it. Yeah. I did do some cackling today. I was talking to my wife, and she was like talking about some serious stuff, and I just busted out laughing because I was so excited about this. She was like, "What are you laughing?" I was like, "Not you."
Were you playing the game while this happened, or
no? I was in the kitchen making my coffee.
What part exactly did you start cackling at?
I was just in my head. I had like researched like I'm gonna have this thing that Joe hates. Not 180, by the way. We want to be at 270. You madman.
The opposite of... Yeah, sure. It's 270.
We want to be 180 degrees from 90.
Yeah. Is that right?
Yes. We were going 90. We're going to go 270. How was your 4th of July? We're coming on this, like, on the heels of the 4th of July weekend.
Anyway, it was hot. I didn't do much. Didn't even really look at fireworks because I had Penny.
Did she freak out? Could you hear them?
We're pretty well inside. Like, we're not on the external part of the block. I could sort of hear someone in the distance. I think she knew something was up, but it wasn't like I'm well aware of how dogs can react to fireworks. So no, it wasn't that degree. Everything else is she's completely borked by, but we managed to avoid fireworks.
It was nice. I got to take AJ, just me and him on our own, because Jack was doing wrong and actually didn't really want to go, so we got to walk a little closer than we normally would to the place. And,
yeah, that's well, not for you, but it's a fine edge for some parents. It's like, yes, I want to bring the whole family, but secretly you're like, please just Jack, please just.
I want the people who can walk.
Yes.
Can I get the ones who can walk, please?
Please, the ones who enjoy outdoor activities and loud noises. Maybe we just bring them.
Actually, that is usually Jack. AJ was like, he played. I was really proud of him because he went up to. He was like, "Can I play with those kids?" And I was like, "I don't know. Go ask them." And he did. And the first kids, he was like, they were like, "No, we don't want to play with you." And he comes back, he's like, "They didn't want to play with me." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. That's fine. You're cool." And I like gave him a hug because I didn't want him to feel bad. But then,
so surprising when you do something well, parenting. It's weird.
But then he went to somebody else and like stole their light stick or whatever. And by stole, I mean like could I have that? Could I have your thing that your mom and dad probably paid $10 for? Because I didn't pay anything. Like we just went out. I didn't even bring a lawn chair. We just like sat on the grass, and really just had a fun time. Watched the fireworks. Went home. Found some people to play with. Found some other parents to talk to. It's pretty easy. What's our fuel like? Because this is obviously what we're carrying, and then the ore that we can convert when we touch base with.
You can convert some of it now if we start to run low.
I'm not gonna run low.
I'm just saying.
But we need to have some to transfer, you know.
Otherwise, this is sort of a silly endeavor. Again, it was Dr. Gonzo. Otherwise, we'd be refueling our space station to fund our mining efforts, which isn't what we're trying to do.
That's correct. I think we have periapsis is kind of. Let's get it out there.
If I told my mom about your kids, if she would have sent. For some reason, my mom goes bonkers for the 4th of July. I think it's because all the grandkids are usually at the beach. There's usually a lot of, and then she has this Chinese Imports International or something like that. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. It is just plastic crap from China at like a dime a dozen, and we wind up with flashing glasses, lights, like all of that stuff. Anything that's plastic and flashing and red, white, and blue ends up at our beach house.
I remember those catalogs.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, like that that rings a bell or something where I absolutely do remember.
It's a Nebraska-based company. That's the other thing, because she's from Nebraska.
They just sell like garbage.
Yeah.
But it's compelling garbage, especially when you're a kid. You're like, I could.
Oh, forget about it. It's amazing. They also go out of business a lot, and like there's the guy's a legend in Nebraska for like becoming a millionaire, losing billions, and becoming a millionaire and losing billions. And I can't find any of it. Might have been overtaken by internet sales. FlashingBlinkyLights.com. That's not the thing I'm thinking of, but that's actually a site. This is possibly where my mom ends up. I could see her finding this.
I bought one of the few, like my most regretted purchases in life was at some point buying for $15 a pair of sunglasses that had like a ring of light around them. I don't like. I'm not the kind of person who would ever use that. I'm not a raver. I don't like. I don't party at all. That's not my shtick. So it was completely useless to me.
Why did you buy it?
A moment of weakness, man. I don't know what to tell you. I was just like, yeah, I want this.
Okay, where did you buy it from?
Walmart.
Okay.
The Vision Center. Yeah, well, we're getting close to our Wessel. This would be easier if I had the MechJeb stuff.
Why? What would that give you? Oh, you have just go to maneuver. You're complaining.
Yeah, you could. Like, it's great stuff.
Well, what you can just hit a button. You can just say go.
You can just hit a button and say rendezvous with target, and then I'll say okay, I'll rendezvous with the target.
I've not gone into that much. I enjoy this part of it.
I enjoy it to a certain extent.
When you hit the 100th
I
time.
just wanted to, like, again, have some kind of understanding of how to do it.
Right.
Because I've never messed with MechJeb before.
I have. I've been like, launch this thing into orbit. It's like, okay.
I tried that.
Awful thing I built.
It actually did a great job. Like, it did a much steeper angle of ascent and, like, went way faster than we would have. Like, it didn't care about the 8 too much in the 420's weird brother or anything. It was just like,
if you're aerodynamic enough, you can bypass that. If you have...
Well, it wasn't so much aerodynamic. There's just a checkbox where you can say, yeah, don't let it overheat. So you're burning up in the atmosphere, but they're throttling back just enough so you don't explode. Oh, I'm gonna check. App is fine.
It is sort of fun to like, like MechJeb will do the most amazing job possible, but it can't perform miracles. So it's fun to be like, do this. It's like, I don't think I can do it, MechJeb. Okay. You have to launch these like you can build pretty god awful things and be like, do it.
It'll just auto dock too, though. It'll just like once you've rendezvoused, it'll be like, all right, you're here, and you're like, okay, next up, MechJeb, dock.
Computer.
And
dock.
It'll just do it, and I want that real bad. But I can't get that.
Why not?
Because it fell off or something.
Oh, because it fell off. Okay, check. Got it.
Like at my quick save, I had not run into anything. I had not touched anything. It was on there when I launched. I could take you to the vehicle and show you where it's on there. It's just... Should I go ahead and start killing speed to target, or...
I'm looking at MechJeb piece falling off.
Well, we are... 15... You know what? No, that's...
MechJeb spins out of control when launching.
Rendezvous. Oh, we have a rendezvous thing here.
What? Where?
In Engineer. I'm checking out Engineer.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't used that. My personal game is not up to this point in time yet.
Well, Engineer is just
it's data that your engineer can give you, but I don't have it.
No. Oh, okay. So even like the mod doesn't help you at all?
In career mode, you actually have to get to a certain point before you get this stuff. You need some tech. They gamed it, which I like.
Okay.
So how would you use this?
I'm looking here. I don't know. It shows us our intersect angle.
At this point, I would just do it manually.
Well, I wanted to wait until we were a little closer, I guess.
Yes, I didn't say I would go now.
We've got
probably
3 minutes
like that,
away.
I phrased that. I also have to say in the last episode, you cut our whole wherever the light touches is our kingdom bit, which I found a little strange.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It was good stuff. I can't keep everything in. Like,
I know,
I can't.
but that was
I don't want the episodes to be 2 hours long. I've been cutting less conversation.
Yeah, but that was one of my favorite things ever.
I can't, and now I'm gonna have to cut this because nobody will have seen it.
Yeah, exactly. No, write to Albert and say, I want to hear the part when you start quoting the Lion King in Kerbal.
Send the letter.
It's Albert_Berg at Twitter.
At
or something.
Twitter, yes. That's how it works. Old Man Joe yells about computers.
I don't know if it's that far, but I think the area you were talking about... What area were you talking about?
I'm trying to hit somewhere in this lighter area before we get into the better
Over
fertilized section. I don't know what's going on with this.
Where our kingdom
they have a forest fire or something?
Simba. Everything you see that the light touches suffers. You must never go into the dark zone.
It's got cool zombie elephants or something.
I don't know what the fuck's happening over there. Just don't. I don't know. It's a good question.
That's where my crazy ex-girlfriend lives, Simba.
She's real whacked out. Dad?
She keeps calling me about paying child support or some nonsense. I don't know when the best time to start killing speed is. Our speed to them is 53 meters per second. I think I can kill that in about a minute.
Got a minute? Yeah, I would say less than that even. So we haven't, and we've discussed off camera, but on camera we haven't really discussed, once we actually have the ability to bring a rocket here with an empty fuel tank that we use to get off of Kerbal, because that's one of the harder parts.
Right.
But we can bring that tank here and then fill it up again in the depths of space and have zero gravity, or zero atmo efficiency.
Was there a finish to that sentence, or are you
I'm
just
wondering what you're doing. That's okay though.
bringing my target, my thing to 0?
Line up the dots. That's fine. What are we gonna do once we have that power?
The power, the dark power.
Once we have where we can actually stop and fuel.
What is the button? Tab? F5? There's a button to tap. Oh, I should.
To do what?
to put the bracketing on.
Oh God, this again? I don't know how you ever hit this button in the first place.
You're always surprised that this has happened.
Because I've never hit this button ever. Why would you not want to see the ships around you?
Is it F4? I feel like it was F4. How far are we from our target?
542 meters, I think. Again, you're facing away from it, so you have to look at the button.
How are we? But we're facing prograde to target.
You're facing away from the target. If you hit this now, you'll gain speed relative to your target.
Okay, let's face target. Is it just because we're in the dark here?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know what you do to this game. This poor thing. It's out there somewhere. I don't know where it is.
There it is.
There it is.
We're 4 kilometers away from it, Joe. We're 14.
Wow, really? That's far.
No, that's not it. This is it.
That's what I was saying. Okay.
That's suck it. This is our target.
What is suck it? Is that when you won the space race? Is that still this save?
I don't know.
Maybe you have to be under 4 kilometers?
Maybe. Or under 5 probably. Makes more sense. I'm going to go towards it now that I know exactly how far we are.
Yeah.
How far we'll go.
That's the name of my new space station. Space save game. Space Center. Space Agency. How far I'll go. Because I was like, man, this time, with all I've learned, watch me now. So what's your plan for docking?
Just dock?
Alright, good. 13 meters.
I'm gonna switch over here now. No, I'm not.
10. 8. 6. 4. 2. You sure that's the right,
Yep.
Boom!
Am I sure? Am I sure?
See, they all look like mouths.
Docking has the cure for your shirt.
What?
Pooper.
I beg your pardon, sir? What?
How do I make this be?
I don't know what you want. What?
I want the fuel to go in this one.
Probably increase the flow priority? I don't know. You can always transfer fuel. I forget how, but
that's what I'm. Thanks.
Hit the arrows. The arrows on the right, to the right of the. Yeah, that. Oh no, I guess that stops stuff from coming in. You don't want to do that. Right-click a tank that has fuel, then Alt and right-click a tank you want to transfer fuel to. Got it?
Now which one? Now what do I do? Out or in?
Oh. Try one.
In, apparently, is what we want. I don't want to transfer all my fuel. I don't know how much I need to land.
Well, let's see how much we get out of this ore.
That's a good point, too. But we have our fuel tank half filled now.
Are we converting?
Yeah, we are.
Nice.
Joe, this is the first time, I think, ever that I've just docked. I just docked.
I'd like to take credit for that.
You should. You should take a lot of credit, Joe.
I decided to make you think things through before you started. And you were like, what? I have to think about things?
I want to apologize for going behind your back. I wanted to surprise you with the big, like, corrected lander, and I wanted to get to the point where we could actually do stuff with this.
So what are we going to do? One thought was to take Space Shark on a tour of the... We'd have to modify Space Shark. Space Shark would have to dock. And I think we should have a pilot in it.
Something else to consider is the fact that there are now models that you can subscribe to on Steam that other people have built.
Yes.
And I don't know if we want to do that, but it would be fun.
It depends on the ship. Are any of them Space Sharks?
None of them are. I actually thought about uploading Space Shark to Steam.
Yeah, I think you should.
Well, I guess that'll do it for this week, folks. Thank you so much for watching our shenanigans. I hope that you liked it. If you did, you should click that like button on YouTube. If you have suggestions on what we can do with our refueling station here, you could leave them in the comments. We'd love to hear that, and we will see you guys next week. Don't forget, this is supported by awesome patrons who help make all of this possible. If you'd like to be one of them, go to patreon.com/humanechoes and become a member of our patron family. Take care, y'all.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. If you like the things that we make, you should consider becoming a patron over on patreon.com. There should be a link up on your screen right now or in the description of this video. Click it, go to Patreon, and help us make awesome stuff.